and welcome to another edition of Hockey Night at PISA. I'm Joey Delgado, your affable and informed host, here to broadcast to you another matchup between the Charlestown Chiefs and tonight's prey, if you will, the Wookies. The Charlestown Chiefs come in with a ton of firepower, led by rookie Owen Stout, who leads the league in goals. This man has been the talk of the rink. The Chiefs have relied on him for scoring, but he's not the only man on the team with a ton of goals. There's also John Frank, Mike Frank. There are plenty of people on this team that can score. There's a lot of talent everywhere. There's also even John Venditti Jr. that you have to watch out for. The Wookies and the Chiefs enter this game both tied in the standings 4-4. Unfortunately for the Wookies, they're going to have to do this being down a few men, including their goaltender. It's going to be Randy Insero, who's a rookie in net, whose previous performance came just a few days ago when he only allowed 3 goals. But tonight he's going to be facing Owen Stout and the rest of the bunch on the Charlestown Chiefs. We'll be right back with you after this message. We'll be starting the game at least with a power play. Could be finishing as the Wookies come in more than a man down. No bench, 4 players, 1 twin in the faceoff, 1 twin in the goalie circle. It's going to be Mitch against John Frank here. And to give out to Glenn Diaz. You know that the strategy by the Wookies will be to shoot, shoot, shoot. Here's John Frank walking in early on Randy. Doesn't get the shot he wants, goes behind the net, throws it back out in front. Back to Vitro at the point. He goes cross point to Carlson. He can't keep it in, and out it comes. Soft forecheck as Vitro chases this down. Mitch looking around, Venditti on the other side. There should always be someone open here. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, actually, excuse me, the Chiefs have elected to play 4-4. John Frank with the big windup. Goes off Venditti, and he has words with Frank. Here's Glenn. John Venditti, oh, Vitro with the save in the recovery there. And Venditti going to try a move here. He can't believe that he missed it. Shaw with it now. Goes cross point. Goes out of the zone. Vitro waits for it to be onside. It is. Looking. Can't get it to Frank. It comes out of the zone, goes back in. Venditti has it and shoots it all the way down. Here comes Carlson to pick it up. Very, very slow start. It's exactly what the Rookies want. Frank throwing any shot, a hard wrister from the top of the circle, which Randy Insero handles quite easily. Here's Carlson with it now. He's got Captain Jeff Wilkerson out with him. That's his outlet, but he elects to go up the boards, and that's going to be called for icing. And if you're the Wookies at this point, you have to be quite satisfied with the fact that you're not already down 2 or 3-0. Doesn't seem like the Charlestown Chiefs want to push the action and take advantage of the bench. At least not yet. Maybe they're just warming up. Vitro now moving up to take the face-off against Mitch. He looks back and sees Titus on his right, Glenn on his left. Mitch Insero, a battler in that face-off circle, and he battles his way to a win. Hard shot by Glenn Diaz. He doesn't know any other kind of shot to take. Goes right on net. Chris Round handles that one easily. Chris Round's also a backup goalie today, stepping in for the Chiefs. And for starter John Cosroy. Second appearance of the season. In his 1 appearance so far, he allowed 5 goals. Here's Mike Frank now working on Glenn Diaz, who looks to keep it in, gets it right over to Venditti. Big slap shot goes wide. He saw Shaw going for the block and tried to go around him. He had to shoot wide. Nice pass by Jeff Wilkerson to find Shaw. He's going to work his way in for a shot. No, the backhand pass over to the left-handed Wilkerson. Shot right on net. And he steals it back from Venditti, who thought he had Wilkerson dead to rights. Here's Shaw now behind the net. Still has it. He's going to look to the point. He finds it. Vitro with the shot right on net. And where is it? It appears to be a save. And so far, Randy Insero, who enters this game with a little bit of confidence. It's his second appearance in net of the season, probably of his life. Randy Ansero was telling me earlier that he expected to have a good game against these guys, would not allow the fact that the locked and loaded Charlestown Chiefs would get a lot of goals on him. In fact, he was still hoping that he wouldn't allow any. Here's Glenn Diaz with it now, can't get out of the zone, so here comes Mitch Ansero. He collects it, makes his way to the red line, tries to go around Carlson, and he does. He kicks it through, he's got Venditti high, he's going to take the hard angle shot. Still working with Rounds on that sharp post. Titus over for Glenn Diaz. Here comes the big shot, the bomb, and it goes high. Not sure what that went off of. I believe it went off of the Wookies in front. Chris Rounds is sort of saying, hey, listen, I made that save. He wants that credit. I don't blame him. Hard shot by Glenn Diaz, goes out of the zone now. And the Wookies holding their own still. About midway through this first period, scores 0-0. John Frank looking around. Face off in that precarious position in the rink. The defense of the Charlestown Chiefs not very aggressive. They don't want to pinch up too much. And Jeff Wilkerson has it now out of the zone. He's got everybody on the line. He takes a long distance shot, misses wide. Here's our captain Eric Titus of the Wookies trying to collect. He looks up. Can't get it to Venditti. Oh, and John Frank thought he might have had a chance for a breakaway and kind of lost control of it. Because Mitch Ansero, Jeff Wilkerson is not having any of that Ansero stuff today, at least not yet. He might have some later. Here's Carlson up the boards to absolutely nobody. That's going to go for icing. And you can tell that's not exactly the play he was hoping to make. And so far, the Chiefs off to a slow start. Shots about even. I'm going to say it's 2-2 apiece, even though I'm not really keeping track. Just kind of feels that way. Frank looking behind him on the faceoff now against Mitch Ansero. Mitch going to go forward, and he does, right on net. Carlson gets it out, and that's going to be a shot on goal. He likes that play a little better. Here's Titus with it now. Here comes Wilkerson racing in. Jeff Wilkerson showing a little bit of speed. Reminiscent of his Flyer days. John Frank with the tip over to Shaw. Shaw has a big slap shot. Goes off of Titus and wide off the boards, and Carlson commits. And Mitch Ansero can't reach the great pass, the great through pass from Venditti. So now Shaw has it. Will he take another slapper? Nope, that's going across for John Frank, and he's going to walk right in. He tries to make the pass over for Vitro. Couldn't quite get there. Vitro has it now out of the corner. Goes behind the net for Frank. Frank looking. Is he going to make his way to the slot? No, he's going to go across. Can't quite do it. There's Mitch, and Venditti sends it all the way down. And the refs are saying this will not be icing, so Carlson's going to have to play this. He makes the safe play to Shaw. Shaw looking far across for Vitro. Here comes Vitro, one hand on the stick over to for John Frank, where everything good generally seems to happen. That comes back out of the zone now, though. And here's Eric Carlson. No relation to Matt Carlson. Almost the same size. Here's Vitro across for John Frank. And he stick handles his way off the side, out of the zone. Gives it to Pops. Pops will take a shot. Right on net. Oh, that was curving. Almost looked like it was going to hit that top right corner, but Randy with the glove hand up there before it could actually hit the back of the net. Nice play by Randy. Here's Vitro across for Frank. He just misses, but Shaw's got it now. He likes where he sees Frank. He might take a shot. He's got Vitro at the far point. What's he going to do? He's going to go for Frank, who misses on the one-timer. And it's out of the zone. Rounds with it now. Here comes Venditti Jr., who never stops hustling. Is he going to... Oh, he can't finish. He had all kinds of opportunity. Lackadaisical defense here by the Chiefs. And Venditti Jr. could not finish. Shot by Ansero after Venditti screams to put it on. Here's Vitro now. He doesn't see Mike Frank behind the net, though. Sends it all the way out. Frank is here to get it. Gives it back to Shaw. Big slap shot. Ooh! Hits the post and bounces out to the right side. He had Randy beat, but a kind curve for the goaltender on that one. Here's Glenn with it now. A backhand pass over for Mitch. And here's Vitro with it. Tries to go through the legs of Diaz, and he does. Can't make his way to the net, though. Now it's in the corner. He has it. He's trying to center it. He can't. Glenn Diaz has it. Sends it back out for Mike Frank. Oh, who had the nice feed set up across. Now he's just going to take the shot. Oh, what a shot. And that one at the top left corner labeled. Here's Jeff Wilkerson with it now. Stick handling, working on Titus, going around. He's owning this matchup right now. Throws it back on in front for Shaw. He has to pull back to his backhand now. Now he sees Mike Frank down low. He's going to go back to Shaw. No, too late for that. No, it isn't. Here comes the shot. And he misses the bottom corner. So now Wilkerson has it, sends it back to the point now for Vitro. Vitro in front for Frank, who deflects it on net. Back to Wilkerson. Fancy stick work here by Wilkie. Throws it back out in front. Soft shot goes through the crease. Mike Frank is now there on it. And the Chiefs just are now beginning to dominate this game. Here's Vitro with it. As the Wookies just trying to employ the bend, don't break method. Vitro with some nice plays, a nice setup for Wilkerson, who tried to get it back across. Venditti read it though, and now here's a breakaway opportunity for Mitch. He avoids the shot. Oh, and he misses on he hits the far right post. He avoided the tug, got the shot off, and just missed the post. I'll tell you what, folks, Mitch hits that one. I'm not exactly sure that's a good thing as John Frank winds up and misses wide, because I'd be afraid at this point of Venditti Jr. high and wide. That's his MO of kind of poking the sleeping giant here. I think it's my opinion that if the Wookies are able to take the lead, that's just going to amp this game up and take it to another level in terms of speed. You know, that of course they want to win. They want to win 1-0 if possible, but I don't think, what a nice move by John Frank. Got through Mitch, but then couldn't get past Venditti, and it's back out, so they'll have to regroup. Mike Frank here with it now, the ageless veteran. He wants the shot. Does he want it? He thinks he does. He's got some legs in front of him. Looking for his kid, always looking for his kid. And why not when your kid is John Frank? And Venditti coming in with all that speed, throws it in front. Carlson, he sees Wilkerson, and he gives it to him. Wookie now with it on his backhand, stick handling, goes actually through Titus, gets a shot on net, and Randy covers up. Score still 1-1, just under 2 minutes of play here in the first period. As Randy Insero, with his goalie gear off, exposing that melon. Thankfully for the crowd, he has put his helmet back on. Nope, not quite yet. The scary stuff is continuing. Brother Mitch coming over, making sure everything's okay. The shots have been hard. They've been challenging. They've been a little off the mark, but they have not been plentiful. John Frank with it now. Off the face-off, goes across. He's got Shaw. He loves to wind up. Whoa! And that's a legitimate save, folks. Big shot, big save. The right leg pad of Randy. Chris Rounds, not sure who's around him. Nobody really. Everybody yelling at him to release the ball. Here comes Shaw with it now. Confusion there between him and Captain Jeff Wilkerson. Shaw doesn't want to chase this down. Here comes Carlson to do it. Back to Shaw. Mitch reads that, knocks it out of the air, runs behind the net. He's got Glenn in front, and he's got Venditti high slot. He's going to take the shot. I believe that's off the face mask of Rounds. And Shaw with it now as Glenn Diaz decides he's going to get in the action, and unfortunately for him, he takes him down. That's a trip. And accidental, aggressive, unintentional, doesn't matter. It's a penalty. Glenn Diaz to the box. And now we have a 4-on-3 power play. And keep in mind, folks, that the Charlestown Chiefs are able, if they wanted to, they could put another man out here on this power play situation and actually be up 5-on-3. But they're going to play it even. So it's 4-on-3. And we'll see what happens. We'll see how long that continues. This is not a critical game for them in the standings. They are actually, Mitch with the interception. Tries to go through, and he does. And he gets a shot. One shot, he's going to try for another. Now he's trying to rag it. Carlson's not having any of that. Takes it away, sends it straight up, but here comes Venditti. Big slap shot? Of course. Is it high and wide? Of course. Here's Mitch now with it. Working on Vitro. Another ageless veteran, and Mitch deciding probably better to just let this one go. Reserve some energy. Oh, Vitro seeing John Frank, and away he goes. Just a little bit out of his reach, though. Not sure how he missed that. Could be the fact that this is his third game of the night. And that'll be the end of the period, folks. The score tied 0-0. The Charlestown Chiefs, at this point, taking it easy. They don't have their hot rookie. Owen Stout is not here. Captain Jeff Wilkerson told us during the warm-up that he wasn't quite sure if he was going to make it, that he was quote-unquote 50-50. So it's possible that the Wookies are catching a break. And as we see Randy and Cerro heading down to the net near our broadcast booth, all smiles because he knows so far his prediction, his hope of giving 0 goals has come true. We'll see how long he can keep that up. We'll be right back. Okay, we're back for the start of the second period. Just a few ticks left in the power play for the Chiefs. John Frank with it now. He doesn't really have a lot of options. I'm sorry. Vitro wants the shot, takes it. Mitch blocks that one, chips it around him with the backhand, and he's got John Venditti high. Doesn't see him. Wanted the shot too much. Mike Frank going for the backhand play, goes high into the rafters, which of course at the Plainville Indoor Sports Arena are technically not that high. John Frank stepping into the circle. What a surprise. He's going to see Mitch and Cerro once again. He'll see him there all night. Mitch keeps trying to go forward. John Frank, a couple of moves, loses control of it. Shaw now with it. Nice look. The safe look for Shaw. Back over to back to Shaw from Mike Frank. Here's Vitro with it now. Back to Mike Frank. Will he take the big slap shot? Yes. He misses wide. And Randy wants a challenge apparently. I'm assuming that was Randy that screamed on net, old man. I'm not really sure you want to be poking the giant here. Yes, I said giant, not bear. Okay, here comes John Frank with it now. He's got Venditti right in front of him. He doesn't care. He puts the wrist shot on net. Randy in Cerro. Venditti, grateful for Randy's ability to take the shot, handle it, track it down, cuff it up. As Venditti knows, he kind of got owned a little bit there in that confrontation. Randy and Cerro continuing to look strong here, surprisingly strong. Frank with another opportunity. That one goes high. And that technique was a little bit more in keeping with that of a backup. I hope the pixie dust is not wearing off for Randy's sake. Here's Glenn Diaz with it now. He's going to go behind his net. Very, very soft forecheck. He's screaming for people to move. That is, oh my gosh, and look at Venditti Jr. Never stops running. Will he go high? Oh, what a save by Chris Rounds! The save of the day. And let me tell you, folks, I've been here a while. There have been several games, and there have been some pretty fantastic saves. That has to be the best one. What a shot by Randy. He doesn't see the rebound. It comes back to him as Titus Bailey gets in there just in time to stop Frank from getting a good piece of it. But oh my, what a save by Chris Rounds. That he had Mitch dead to rights, and I'm not really sure how he was able to swing back over. Of course, Chris Rounds is an athletic goalie. Sometimes he may struggle on his angles. He doesn't have a lot of size. He makes up for some of that with some good athletic ability and good reflexes, and he showed a lot of that right there. Great awareness, great athletic ability. Here's Frank now, walks around Titus with a nice move. Mitch is there to help out. Titus recovers. It's right in front. I don't know how that got tipped in front. Wilkerson and Mike Frank collide, their sticks collide, cancel each other out, and the Wookies get control. Here's Venditti now with it. He sees Mitch. Mitch trying to go up the gut. And Glenn Diaz now chasing Eric Carlson into the far corner, all the way around. Here's Wilkerson with it, and Wilkerson's legs, they continue to look pretty good. He's struggled in the last few years with injuries. Mike Frank wants a shot. Will he take it? He knows he's got his son. He's still trying to find him, but he can't. Here's Carlson with it now. And, oh, Venditti saw that opportunity. Carlson with the shot right on net. Almost knocked Randy over. Venditti really trying hard to get that move past. Oh, and Wilkinson right in front from John Frank, and Randy equal to the task. As the goaltending duel has now begun. It is now on, folks, between the men behind the masks, the goalie mask. Venditti, big slash shot right on net. Rounds can't see it, comes straight out to cut out the angle. Glenn Diaz now with a big shot. That's blocked by Mike Frank. And the Wookies suddenly getting all sorts of opportunities. Back for Mitch. Big slap shot right on net, right in front. Chris Rounds getting in front of everything. And you can hear some frustration now. A bad word, I think we might actually call that, technically speaking, here in the broadcast world. We call that a bad word. Anjanette Rieger here behind the camera. Not used to some of the language. She's kind of new, folks. Mike Frank gingerly stepping off. Blocked one of those shots, blocked it hard. And he's not feeling too good about that. He always blocks shots. That one apparently didn't taste so good going down. Okay, here's John Venditti in the circle now as Mitch switches over to the wing. John Frank with it behind the net. He sees Vitro up the gut. Elects to go to Shaw. The outlet pass to Wilkerson. He's trying some moves on Titus. Couldn't quite get it through. Frank with it now. Frank is going to try to, yep, it's time for some moves. And he's got him. He's working on Titus, he's working on Glenn Diaz, and Venditti coming in for help. As Frank going all the way around. He's got Vitro, takes a shot. That's blocked. Jeff Wilkerson throws it deep in the corner. Vitro now chasing this thing down. Titus tries to send it up, and he does. And they're going to call that one icing. And so far, the Wookies, despite being undermanned, now midway through this game, still in it, 0-0. Which means Randy Insero still is not allowed a goal. Both goaltenders playing quite well so far. Venditti now with it. Gives it to Titus, up the gut, shot right on. Oh, no, I'm sorry, that was right off by Frank. And Mitch is going to work his way out. He's got John Frank in front of him. Still has control, barely. No, he doesn't at all. The refs say, because that is offside. Randy Insero, the goaltender, often choosing to argue with the refs when he's on the bench, and apparently will not change that mode when he's in the net, as he's arguing that he had control. Not sure Randy has actually ever seen a rule book. Anyway, here comes John Frank with it now. He's got some open room. Does he want the shot? No, he wants to move. And you don't want to give him the move. He throws it in the middle. Glenn Diaz is there. Venditti has it. Sends it all the way down. Jeff Wilkerson beating Venditti to the corner because, you know, he's faster than Venditti. Here's Vitro with it now. Does he want the shot? No, he sees Shaw cutting. Beautiful pass. Can Shaw finish? He has Randy down and out. Randy stays with him, square with him the whole way. And incredibly, Randy Insero, clearly the better goaltending twin, showing it here tonight. Okay, now Mike Frank in the circle against Venditti Jr. He wins it back to Vitro. Vitro looking, goes up the gut for Shaw. He's got Mike Frank with him. Trying to go around Mitch. Jeff Wilkerson runs right by him. Pass it to the middle. One-timer for Mike Frank goes wide. He has it now, working on Titus. Wilkerson in front of the net. He's checked by Glenn Diaz, though. Titus all over Mike Frank. Number 16, Mike Frank, still working on it. Throws a backhand for Wilkerson. Couldn't quite reach him. And Mike Frank is definitely tired. He's played a few games tonight. He's definitely starting to feel it. Referee Peter won't get out of the way, so now Vitro has it, and he's going to try for the wrist shot. No, he sends it back for Mike Frank over to Wilkerson. Goes around the corner, throws it in front through the legs and the crease. Vitro going high. Venditti read that. What a shot! What a shot by Mark Shaw. The first one to beat Randy Ansero. Not sure if that went 5-hole or glove side. I'm going to say glove side on that. Venditti Jr. continually trying to get the breakaway against the point man high, and that time it didn't work out. You got to think one of these times it just might, and then he's going to be in for the breakaway. That time it didn't, and the quick recovery by Shaw and the blast, who's a legitimate top player here at the Plainville Indoor Sports Arena. John Frank with it now. They're sensing an opportunity to that the seal might be broken, so to speak. Here's John Frank with it, looking around. You know he wants that wrist shot. You know that Joey Delgado is wrong when he makes a call like that. And here's John Frank with it again. Trying to work on Titus. Trying to do that posting up move. Shaw going across for Carlson. Pass doesn't get there. Here's Venditti with it now. He wants to use his speed on Mike Frank and elects to take the shot. Frank right there for the rebound. Glenn Diaz following it up. Chris Round still out of the net a little bit. He's starting to recover. Carlson back in to help, and here's Shaw with it as he hits the red line. Loves to take that slap shot. That one's blocked by Titus. He's looking for Frank, and he gets it to him. High for father. Going across for Dad. And Dad chips it past Randy Ansero, the one-timer. Hits the stick, bounces over the shoulder. And the Charlestown Chiefs now have a 2-0 lead. Well on their way to their 5th win of the season. 3 minutes to go in the second period as the Wookies, now down by 2 goals, are going to have to stop the bleeding, try to recover, call a timeout soon. With 3 minutes to go, I would imagine that they'll wait to use that timeout in the third period, but they're clearly tired. That's not going to be an easy row to hoe, as what I hear the saying is. Randy Ansero with the glove. I'm not sure if he knew that was in his glove or not. Seemed to fall at the same exact time. Suddenly it's there. I don't know. Maybe he did it on purpose. I'm sure if we interview him afterwards, he'll tell us that he did. Okay, here's Venditti now against John Frank, who wants to go forward and does, and just misses the camera. That John Frank, look at him smiling over at us. He thinks that's funny. He thinks it's funny when he shoots at the broadcast booth. We're going to have to tell John Frank in person. We're going to have to show up with all our tough cameramen in the parking lot and let him know that that stuff is not cool. Luckily for us, he was actually aiming. We were much safer. Okay, he's going to try to go forward again. No, this time he goes back for Vitro, and he gets it there. Vitro tries to give it to Frank. Now he gets it. He's going to go through Titus, or try to. Almost did. Here's Mitch with it now. He wants to move. No, he wants the shot, and that's blocked by Carlson. Carlson with the big reach, not having any of that. Carlson continuing to play a strong game. .236 to go. The faceoff won by the Wookies. Mitch Ansero just misses the net, going wide. Sort of in keeping with the theme here. A lot of wide shots. Randy's going to come out and play this. Nice play, but here comes Vitro in to scoop that up. He looks high and wide. Oh, and he hits John Frank, and John Frank hits Randy right in the chest. Nice play all around. Frank with it now. He loves that turnaround shot. He's got the height. He's got the length. The turnaround shot always works well for John Frank. Randy Ansero not having any of that. He's right in front. Shot goes a little bit high, a little bit too much in the middle, which is where a backup goalie generally makes his living. John Frank staring at Randy Ansero. He wants to go forward. You know that he does. Well, maybe I'm wrong. No, he wants to go backwards. I guess not. All right, back for Vitro. He's got a shot opportunity. He takes it, hits his own man. It goes out of the arena. We'll have another face-off. And we got a couple of short guys thinking they can reach the ball, and Glenn does. .203 to go in the second period. Charlestown Chiefs up 2-0. Winner of this game owns a winning record for at least a few days, as both teams are 4-4. Here's Venditti now with it, off the face-off. Can't do what he wants. Here's Frank with another opportunity to work on Titus. He keeps trying to go through him or dazzle around him, and he hasn't quite managed to do that yet. Here comes the post-up. Titus staying with him, though. He'll let him go behind the net. He's almost drawing the hold, but he hasn't quite yet. John Frank taking any shot that he can get. Throws it up the gut. Vitro with a shot from the far point. Here's Wilkerson now with it. He goes back to the point. Vitro at it. Back for Wilkerson. Under pressure. Throws it in the front. Mitch intercepts that. Vitro intercepts in kind. He wants a shot. Can't get the handle on it now. That stinking ball. Here's Vitro walking in. Throws it behind wide of the net where Titus now has it. Vitro again. Just throwing it into the other corner. Glenn Diaz all day with it. What will he do? What will he do? He'll send it to a twin. Mitch now worked on by Vitro. Good battle there on the boards. And Glenn Diaz with a one-time shot. Rounds with a big save. Making the split. Gets across. Now he's back on his feet as Glenn takes another shot. I think Rounds makes another save. Glenn Diaz with another shot. And so far in this battle, Chris Rounds is owning Glenn Diaz. Back to Eric Titus with the shot. Rounds coming way out in on these shot opportunities. Really covering those angles well. As Wilkerson looks up for John Frank, no one on him. He's got some room. He wants to split the D there. Couldn't quite do it. Diaz with it now. Wanted Jen Venditti. He got him just barely. Here's Glenn. He loves to shoot. In this case, he's going across for Mitch. Mitch trying to find Venditti. He does. Big slap shot. High and wide. No! I think there was a glove on that one that time. Another shot by Diaz. And Wilkerson has it and sends it all the way down. As the clock ticks down, 3 seconds left, but there will be an icing call. And the Charlestown Chiefs, you could see Randy telling everybody, hey, listen, what's everybody doing? There's still 3 seconds to go. The Chiefs looking to make some changes. The Charlestown Chiefs clearly tired. I mean, let's face it, folks. Even though they do have two men on the bench, they've had several players play up to 3 games tonight, including this one. A lot of hockey, short bench. They're tired too. Here's Mike Frank in the circle, looking to get it back to his kid. Or no. He decides no. He just doesn't want Mitch to win it forward. Mitch does. But Chris Rounds is there to make the save. And the Chiefs end the second period 2-0. Here's Titus. He meets up with Carlson. There's Shaw. In a tight little phone booth area. Couldn't quite get it where he wanted, so now Mitch has it. Lots of room. Big slap shot. Low. Rounds handles that one wide. Kicks it into the corner. Here's Mike Frank with it now. Behind the net softly for Jeff Wilkerson. And across for Carlson. And Carlson didn't know that he was the only guy there. That's actually kept in. Here's Mitch with a big shot. Venditti right there, trying to get the rebound. Quick whistle, and Venditti Jr. cannot believe it. Saw the ball right there. From his perspective and possibly ours, it appeared that Chris Rounds had not quite corralled the ball. It was still in play. Venditti always goal hungry. Still playing. Mike Frank with it now. Clean win off the faceoff. Wilkerson trying to get this breakaway move past Titus. Couldn't get there. Here's Glenn Diaz. And he fakes out Shaw with it. Throws it in the middle for Mitch. And it's back out of the zone. And tap to Jeff Wilkerson. He's going to try for goal number 2. Hits Titus in the arm and then in his helmet. Titus with it now. All the way across for Glenn. 2:35 to go. Carlson has it, just dumps it back in, and you could expect a lot of this this dumping and chasing. Dumping by the Chiefs, chasing by the Wookies. Here's Venditti Jr., big slap shot. And here comes Glenn Diaz in for the rebound, nobody on him. He takes a shot, he scores! scores. And Glenn Diaz with 2 goals. Past the glove side of Chris Rounds. Taking advantage of a lackadaisical effort by the Chiefs on that one. Big slap shot by Venditti Jr., and you know he's glad to be a part of the scoring play, as he's the one who took the original slap shot basically from the goal line, and then Glenn Diaz jumped in when nobody else wanted that juicy rebound. Glenn Diaz now with an opportunity for a hat trick. Oh, Venditti Jr. with all kinds of moves. He walks in once, he walks in twice, and he can't get it in. Here's Diaz with it now, back to Venditti Jr., and then sets up in front. He's got Mitch right in front. Now Mitch has it. He's looking around, checking his options, throws in front, and that's going to be kept in by Titus. Back over for Venditti Jr. for the big windup. Boom! And that goes high and wide. John Frank shovels that one out. Almost kept in by Titus. Good try. And Venditti back for Titus. Over for Glenn Diaz, and he just doesn't have the room to get the shot that he wants. He had John Frank on him. Here's Mike Frank with it now in the corner, 90 seconds to go. John Frank looking around. Glenn Diaz hungry for that hat trick. Pretty rare opportunity for Glenn to get a hat trick, and let me tell you folks, this would be a very, very impressive one by him. Just imagine if he had 2 eyes. Okay, here's John Venditti. Is he going to take the big slapper? Why not? Boom! And Chris Rounds can't find that one. Mike Frank is there. Venditti follows that one in. Up the gut for John Frank. He misses it, and that is going to be ruled offside. One minute to go in the game. Score 6-2 according to the scoreboard. Back for Mike Frank. Goes behind the net. No, he doesn't. He fakes behind the net. John Frank with some trickery there. A little bit of juggling, I think they call that. Takes the soft wrist shot. Diaz back out to John Frank, says, try it again. Let's see. Come on. And look at Jeff Wilkerson waving his stick in front of the net. I believe it's the Sean Avery play, and that's poked in. I'm really not sure who got that. Was that Wilkerson? Was that Carlson? Cameraman Anjanette Rieger, can you help us out? You don't even know. Wow. Well, if that's Captain Jeff Wilkerson, that's his 2nd goal of the season. He's matching Glenn Diaz, the 2 battling in this game, putting on the offensive show. As we get set for the face-off here with 37 seconds left. Face-off, John Frank with it now. By the way, Jeff Wilkerson, if that's his 2nd goal, it would match Glenn Diaz, not only in this game, but for the season. Neither player had a goal coming in. Oh, Venditti Jr. so wanted a slap shot on that. He gets around Mike Frank. He's going to have another opportunity to walk around him, and he does, and he gets it in there. And that's going to count, folks. 12 seconds left. Venditti so happy to get that goal. And he's letting John Frank know what he thinks about that with the little cup check there. And that makes his night. He's happy. He's got a goal. There's video evidence of it, folks. Captured by Memory to Video Productions. Once again, capturing these rare moments. Big slap shot right on net. Mitch Sincero can't get it. Out of the air. Thrown on net by Glenn Diaz. It's in the corner. And Jeff Wilkerson, the captain, instructing defenseman Carlson that there's only 1 second left. The game ends. The final score is 7-3. Once again, this game broadcast to you by Memory to Video Productions. And we'll see you next time.